Good morning. Just waiting a little bit to let folks join us. Hey, Miss Gradine. I see Gradine. I see Pat. Good morning. I hope everyone is having a good morning. We're going to give it just a minute to let everybody get on and situated. I am having my coffee and my muffin with, or it's not a muffin, but like a McMuffin. Hey, Miss Judy. Grape jelly and butter. Everybody have big plans today for the afternoon? Mine is slow and easy. Doing a little cleaning maybe this afternoon. Apparently Drummer is saying hello. So well, I think we will go ahead and get started. Hey, Miss Jadon. We will go ahead and get started. I am Carolyn Bosley, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and you are watching, hey, Miss Tammy, through my Inky Gatherings group. So this is will also be published onto YouTube later today. And if during any time you see things that you might want to purchase, you would be able to get those by going to inkygatherings.stampingup.net. And Drummer agrees. The sample card that we have here today is made with the Snowflake Wishes set, so that is currently available in the mini or in the annual catalog. Hey, Miss Beth. And also what we're going to actually be working with. Some of those items are available right now. Some of them are in the mini catalog, which is coming out August 3rd. So excited for that to happen. I will show you this. We'll do some housekeeping things at the end. Hey, Miss Wanda. But we're going to go ahead and get into this because I'm so excited on how this is turning out. We are doing a Luminary with a tea light, but it starts out as a card. And I hope that this does not glare too bad for you. Hey, Miss Covey. So I just used some foils and some of the, the Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, Night of Navy, white, and then use some of the white sequins to decorate the front. Hey, Miss Martha. So, because the front is not going to be seen a lot, and this is why, because when you open it up, isn't that gorgeous? It stands up like this. Now, you'll be able to see it now from the top side, and the little tea light goes in there. So, isn't that great? And there's vellum on the front. So now I'm going to turn it to the side and show you one more time what this actually looks like. Hey, Miss Linda. Hey, Miss Linda. And of course, I've got lights on my window up for recording purposes. So you're not really getting to see the full effect. But I think those of you that have worked with vellum will understand as we go along. Okay. So I'm going to move this out, turn it off, set it over to the side, and just show you once again. This is a 4 by 11. And the reason we did it at 4 is because I did not want that extra white space. Plus, when it was standing up, I know 1/4 of an inch doesn't sound like much, but it is. It's a lot when you go to trying to use one of the tea lights for lighting purposes. Plus, you have some bulk here, and by taking that 1/4 inch off, it helps with envelope stuffing and so forth too. Okay, now if you're mailing a tea light and one of these, I recommend a padded envelope, bubble envelope, those type things. Or this is beautiful on its own. So you could just add a little note that says, enjoy or add tea light when opened. You know, something like that. I've just done stamping here. I used one of the die cuts from the snowflake bundle and cut out my window here, and I crossed my fold on this one, okay? The one we're actually going to be doing, we're going to do 2 cutouts. So that way you see some different options. Again, here on the last piece, I just used a piece of foil, then another piece of white, basic white, stamped my verse, and went with it. I also stamped here, and I will tell you that if you stamp on over where a fold is going to be, stamp first. That way, then you don't have the problems with the folds breaking to where the ink won't pick up, is what I'm trying to say. Also, make sure if you're going to have a fold, like I knew for a Merry Christmas, I didn't want my fold to break on one of the letters because they're small. So I made sure to do it just at the edge. And it's just one of those things, it's trial and error. If you're a precise measurer, then it works. Hey, Miss Sharon. So what do you think about the idea of a Luminary card to send as a Christmas card that turns into a gift? I hope you're as excited as I am. So what we had, because the decoration can be whatever you want it to be. To know how this works, I wanted you to have the same things that I worked here to start with, which was 2 pieces of white cardstock. Hey, Mary Ellen. Well, hello, Faye, on David's tablet. Glad you could join us this morning. So you had 2 pieces of cardstock, 4 by 11. One of those pieces were just scored in half at 5.5. And then you're just going to use your bone folder. Get that score nice and pretty, crisp. Okay. And have that to the side. Then you have your piece. Let's see if I've got another piece here, and I don't. So this piece was the other 4 by 11 piece, and it was scored at 2 3/4. Then I scooted it over and scored it at 5.5. Then scooted it again and scored at 8 1/4. Okay. Then what I did to save a little bit of time, because we are going to do some cutting with the little boss, I went ahead and chose which die cut that I wanted to use in my windows. So it's the 3rd one down on the rectangle stitch. So I went ahead and cut those out. Okay, so you have this, you have this. Then you decide what it is that you want to do with your vellum sheets. Okay. Now, the reason I said you needed 2 vellum sheets, or a vellum sheet that needed to be no bigger than 4 1/4 by 5.5. I just wanted you to know that you did not need a bigger piece than a 1/4 sheet. Okay. 1/4 sheet did my whole inside right here, and I actually trimmed off a little bit. Okay. And all I did on this one was actually stamp snowflakes. I didn't want a scene or anything like that. I just stamped snowflakes to go along with the card. Our friendship is one of a kind. Snowflakes, of course, are all different. Snowflake wishes for a Merry Christmas. In the coldest moments of the year, my heart is warm because you're near. So, and then you've got room to sign and so forth. So that is... Like I said, I didn't do lots on the front, but I think the silver foil is gorgeous. If you did not want to use a foil, think about a white piece that had embossed from one of the embossing folders. Those type things, just to give it a little bit more oomph or texture. Okay, so on this one, I have not used this set yet. So this is going to be the first day for us, since this is July 31st. This is the last day of our Christmas in July items. So I wanted to stick with the red and green. So we're going to go with Sparkle of the Season. This is the die cut or the stamp set with the holly. And you can see this goes for Christmas, Halloween, all winter long. It's got all sorts of things that you can use. Fall with the leaves and so forth. And then, of course, here are the dies that go with it. Let me sort of lay them side by side. I'm going to move this one out of the way for a moment. We'll bring it back. So we have the wreath that cuts out the wreath with stars attached, okay? And then you can stamp little stars again and put on there if you want. This is actually the one that we're going to be using today. And I'll lay it on top of a white card and you'll be able to see it better. This is a holly wreath, okay? So this was by using the entire wreath die. Hey, Miss Judy. And then we're going to come back and stamp just some of the holly branches and tuck them in a couple places in a different color maybe. Then you have the little, these to me are like, I don't know exactly what they are, the dried flower bulb. I see them a lot, but we're going to do them in red and then put them on here. So there's just a lot of things, because here's the die cut for them. Here's the die cut for the holly. And then we'll go ahead and use the Merry Christmas and may the sparkle of the season warm your heart and home. We may end up pulling in a little bit of designer series paper also, okay? Just not for sure. We're going to build this one as we go. I think it's going to be fun to, hey, Miss Carol. I think it's going to be fun just to build it and see what we come up with, what will be the best. It may be that I only show half a wreath on these when it's coming through, okay? So I know for a fact, because of the size of the die that I used on this, I'm not going to be stamping at the top, so, or at the bottom of it. So at this time, I'm going to feel safe and go ahead and crease my score lines, okay? And it doesn't matter which way you crease them at this time. The big time, as far as what we're doing when we actually glue them onto our card base is what the thing is. But you're going to see how easy, just how easy this is to put together. And then your decorations is what, you know, whatever it is that you make of it. So let's pull out my white card. Now, I think I've got some scrap sheets over here, so I might do some layering and so forth. Again, it's just based on colors that you would want to use. Well, let's see. Let's say I thought I had some. Let's cut a piece. This is the new succulent green that is in soft succulent that's in the in colors. I think it's gorgeous. So if the card is 4 by 5.5, I'm going to end up cutting this 3 1/4. Put that over there by 5 1/4. Loving my new cutter. Have to tell you, I know. I was a holdout, didn't get it until just recently, but it is great. Those items, again, are available on the inkygatherings.stampinup.net store. Okay. Here's that. Although, don't laugh at me, I may end up deciding that I want I think we need a darker, and I will show you why, or a red. Let me pull a different color here real quick. I know it can seem crazy sometimes, but that's the way it is. Let's see. Let's pull out some evening evergreen. That's a pretty color. Let's cut that, and I think you'll see why I'm going there. So let's just do it this way. 5 1/4. Oh, I know. You could do, it could be a birthday luminary. It could be Christmas. It could, there's just so many different ways that you could go with this card, and it's just easy. It's one of those cards that looked very intimidating to me. Okay, that's just the way it is. Looked very intimidating, but I was like, I can't let these things win all the time. So, oh, I sort of like that. What do you think? Oh, the butterflies would be beautiful on this. Oh, yeah. Martha, cuts like butter. It's like the other one. It's lighter weight, doesn't have the pocket on the bottom, but oh my word, much better. Yes. So let's just go ahead. Like I said, we are playing with this and building as we go to see what we come up with. Don't be afraid to play with your colors and just dry fit. And if you don't like it, lay it down and use it for another card. It's going to be fine. Going to be fine. Oh, yeah, baby. Okay, so I want this red to be the same size as my green. So I actually did that at 5 1/4. So I'm going to come back and do the same thing with my DSP. Man, somebody is messing with drummer apparently. And so do I want it in the, let's do it in the center. And my center could maybe not be your center. Just depending on my eyes of the day. I used liquid Tombow, so that helped a little bit by getting those. Being able to scoot it just a little. And look. Oh. So I'm really building up the front too on this is what I'm doing. Oh my. Love that look. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. So I am just going to dot some, because now you know what I really should have used, and this is after the fact. I should have remembered and pulled out my adhesive sheets, because then all I would have had to do was do the peel and stick. Did I? No. So let's just get this down. I want that a little bit to the side, I think. Okay, I'm going to make it very, I'm not going to get real intense with it on the front. Let's see. I have my cherry squeaky today. Let's pull this out. And let's get the holly. Oh, I got to move the chair. I got to get some WD-40 or something. My goodness. Okay. So what I'm going to do with the holly, here's my holly sprig. Here's a little bit of a holly sprig, and here's a little bit of holly sprig. This is light, this is red. I'm going to go ahead and go with the evergreen, evening evergreen. Tap, 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 tap. You notice I didn't push. Oh my, those are gorgeous, aren't they? Let's see if I can get 2 or 3 of those. And no, I did not use a mat underneath, but I do know that my surface is solid, so we're good there. I'll close that up for now. And let's see what we can do with the little man here. Let's get this little boss. Hey, Miss Sandy. Oh, you are so funny, Faye. Okay, let's see. No, I'd never do that. That's sort of like chewing gum and walking and talking at the same time. Now, I could get myself in big time trouble. So, but it could be a one-man band, couldn't it, doing that? Okay, so I'm using the little boss, and it lines up great just like everything else does. So, this one I don't use because it's for the mini embossing folders. This I don't have to use because it's for the thin embossing folders, or one's for the thick duo, one's for the thin. I can multitask, but I don't know about that one, I'm here to tell you. So let's see. Then I'm going to put this down. Have my paper down. Line up my little die. You know me, it's just going to be done the best that we can do. I think that's close. We're going to put my top on. I'm on paper again. I know better than to do this. There we go. Oh, that's going to be pretty. So what I'm going to do, let me show what I am going to do. I'm going to lay this die here because I think we're going to use it again. So, what I'm thinking of doing, I cut out the die, but I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 leaves, or 7 petals, however you want to say it. There's 1. Yeah, I had a thought about it first. I could have just fussy cut them to start with, but I didn't. So, oh well. And let's get the rest of these going. Three, but gotta get a little bit more off of that one. Okay, what Christmas song are you guys singing today? This is the last day, Christmas in July, that we will be having live videos. You've still got one more recorded video that will come to you. Where I had to skip out one Wednesday night on you, but it's coming. So, that's working pretty good to do it this way, I think. Pretty easy to, holly stamp is pretty forgiving, I think. If I can get it picked up now, because I would normally use my pick tool, but I've got a glue on the back side too. So, and you just need a dot. I mean a dot. So, let's just start with one. Put it on there. It's going to stand up. And, it's going to stand out. So, and it's up to you whether or not you want to leave the white on or take the white off. And you're thinking, we have got so much more to do on this card. Why is she taking so long on the front? You're just not going to believe how easy that it is to do this card once you get your front done. So don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy now. Uh-oh, that's not a Christmas tune, is it? That's not a Christmas tune. You can hear, well, have a holly jolly Christmas, and as you walk down the street. Sorry, I don't do Burl Ives very, very good. So, some of these may be putting on backwards. I'm telling you, it's not going to matter. I think I'm going to need one more when I finish up with this one. Yes, I need one more. So why not cut it off the top edge? I wanted to do red and green for our make today, simply because it seems like all of our other items that we've done, I've done in the red and green kind of way. So, I think what I'm going to do is go against the grain, as they say. And, oh, that was a blob. Now, Carolyn, I must say, that was not good. Let's take a little bit off of that. Silver bells, silver bells, it's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling, hear them ring, soon it will be Christmas Day. Okay, there we go, because without the words in front of me, I forget. Sorry. Okay, I'm going, when I said I was going to go against the grain, what I meant by that was I'm not using red berries. I went with gold sequins to see what it came up with here. And not bad. We'll figure it out. Oh, I'm sure it did sound good, Faye. Okay. Sharon, it looked like you had a good birthday. I saw some of the picture posts. So, I'm simply just pulling out the gold sequins out of the $12, 12,000 million lumen sequins that you get. These come all in a little plastic box, just a real, you know, not a hard plastic container or tower container like this or anything. I just do it because it's easier for me to have this and not have to worry about it when I'm doing lives and so forth. So, there's my front, except I think that we need a little greeting of some sort. So I'm going to pull out I know there's one that says Merry Christmas. Oh, I have used this set a little bit apparently, because that has some color on it. And I think I keep some scraps around me when I'm doing these type things, just to get it going. Let's find that green again. Nope, nope, no. Actually, I want real red, because I think I'm going to take the green and make a border right there. Yes, 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 I am. Oh, that was not good. You can see that I have sort of bowed that stamp when I put it on there. Let's try this again. Well, it's not working this morning. My eyes are definitely not good, apparently. Let's try it one more time. Yes, finally. It's like, thank you. Okay, so then, instead of just pulling my scissors and making some of you cringe, I will pull the trimmer. Okay. So, is anybody working along with me this morning? I hope that you will work and post me some pictures. I need people to get that mojo back now. Okay. So, I just laid that down on there. And I'll just pull this back again. See if we don't have a few little pop-em-ups. Okay, now I'm not putting that on there yet. I'm holding on to it because I'm still working on the inside, right? Yes. So, okay, so back to the inside. So we have our front done, except I'm going to adhere this, and we're done. Now, what else could I have done? I could have embossed this to bring in another texture, and so forth. So, you know, lots of things you can do. Lots of different things you can do. Okay. So I'm going to lay this over to the side just a little bit. So now we're back to our inside. So what do we want to do here? Here's our stamps that we have available. And one thing working with vellum, if you're going to color, you need to be using your memento. Okay. And you will color from the back side. So I'm going to grab another piece here and show you what I mean. So here is, well, there's not a lot to color on here, is there? We may not have to worry about that, but we do need to dry. But let me, here's one I was playing with earlier, okay? Now this is the front side of the snowman, okay? You would color here, and you color with your Stampin' Right markers. And I'm just going to pick some bold colors to color in some things so you can see. Yeah, I know a snowman's not Melon Mambo or whatever color this is, but it just is going to be a good illustration. So there you go. But then, can you see what I mean? The color is vivid, even though you turned it over from the inside. Okay? So, you color on the back side of your vellum. Now, if you're a wonderful colorer, color from the front side and just go for it. Okay? Let's see here. I think maybe, just maybe, let's pull my holly piece back. So now here's where you have to watch what you're doing. And this was cut big enough to where it would go around. Okay, I can still have some glue and adhere it. Okay. So, let's see. I sort of like the idea of a partial, ooh, sorry, loud noise. A partial wreath showing on one of these. You guys just getting all the racket this morning. And then Drummer doesn't bark at me for making racket. He just barks at the neighbors for making racket. So I'm just playing for a moment because I may do it on the front side. So let's do this. Oh yeah. We're going to have to dry this. Remember, that is still wet. So when I'm working with it, what I do is just lay it over very gently and do this. Come out, and you can see some came off. And then I'm going to come back. Go ahead. Close that one up. Let's pull this out. Oh, I slid a little bit, but that's okay. It's still working. There. Pretty. I think so. I think it's going to work. You don't want to totally fill it up because you want folks to be able to see that there is some light coming through that. So we're going to come back with some red and do this again. And that does not dry it, okay? That just takes off some of the wet for you, okay? I really just want the berry, so I'm going to be careful and just ink up the berry side, I do believe. Just using the edge. I'm basically not doing this piece here. Can you see that? And if I do, I just rub it off. Yeah. And I'm just playing back and forth. Oh, see, I did it again. Oh, Drummer's like, you crazy woman, why did you do that? Okay. Yeah, he's going to start at it again. Okay, so there. That's what I have. Going to the back side, rubbing it down there. Okay. Then I'm just going to, and I don't know if you can see this or not. I'm going to close this up while I'm working with this one piece. I don't know if you can see it or not. I'll try to hold this in different ways. But it's still, you can see that sheen on it. It's a little wet, okay? So I'm just using the heat gun. Sorry, it's a little loud. And I'm just turning it so I can see that it is drying. And that's something that's very hard when you're just looking at ink. We're not embossing it. You could emboss it, and that would work also. But I'm just trying to make sure I am seeing it all dry. And then we go. Now. And then I'm still going to give it one of these numbers. Okay, I'm pretty good then. So then I have to decide. Okay, it's going to sit like this. So I have to decide, do I go ahead and want it like this, or do I want it like that? And I really like that. So I'm going to come in with tear and tape. Let's find tear and tape here. Actually, no, I might want to scoot it just a little bit. You never know when I put it down. And I think Tombow is going to allow me to do that. So I'm just going along the edge. Ooh, I got too far in, I think. And then laying it down so I can work with it. And this is the inside. So people aren't really, they're going to see down in it, but they're not going to see it, if that makes sense. Oh, looky there. Let's see. I think that's going to be pretty, don't you? Tammy, you could heat emboss that with clear to get it set quicker and easier. That's not an issue. Okay, so then you have to decide what you want on the inside of the second vellum piece. So is that a greeting? Is that another wreath? Is it going to be a wreath that sort of mimics that? So let's see. I really think, ooh, I got to be careful there. I think that I may just do, and Drummer is not liking what I'm telling you apparently. Let's just work some holly. Back and forth. Now, I will tell you that I need to find a green because I did not get all of that in that I needed. So if this, see where I missed it just a little bit there? I'll just come back with a marker of some sort. And it's not going to probably be the same marker, just simply because I don't have it here in front of me. But, you know me, I think it blends. Holly sort of gives some different shades. So, up there, see, that's all we needed. Should have been using my stamping mat. Go ahead and say it, ladies. We are good. I understand. And then I'm going to come back. Do the same thing with the red. So you don't have to make it hard. Use the same stamp set and so forth. Thank you. I'm seeing some loving and some likes. So went to the North Carolina Demos meeting this past weekend. Loved it. This is a set that I did not see used that much, and I was surprised. But in all honesty, with the catalog not being live yet, it was a little hard for us to get the sets and so forth in time to use for that. So, ooh, see, I just love red and green together at Christmas. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the other colors too, but this is just my favorite. So, I think that's all we're doing. I'm turning that over, flattened it, made sure it was flat before I started rubbing. I'm holding on so it doesn't slide, because if it slides, yes, you're going to have smears. Okay, so little noise, little noise. Yes, I know, Carla. Should have been using my stamping mat. And I'm just drying to make sure I don't get smears. Good. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So then, oh, sweet. Okay, so once again, no, I need to do it on the front side because I'm actually going to have that on there. I'm just going across. You can see, then, less is more, less is better when it comes to Tombow liquid. Okay, So, oh, look, isn't that sweet? Then I could come back even on this side and put some flat sequins right in there somewhere or on here. And I'm going to do that. I want to do flat because it's going to be on the inside. And you don't want something to bulge and make issues. So is everybody still with me? What are you thinking so far? Give me some comments, some loving. I'd like to know what you think and your suggestions. I know sometimes we're delayed and I don't get to make those type of suggestions or do the things that you guys suggest while we're on the live, but a lot of times I do come back and make another card, and we'll do what I can to follow up on some of those. So let's see now. I want to bring out, I think, a little bit of red. And I may have to get another piece of paper. Let's see. Yeah, that's no, but, oh, well, now, let's see. Seems like, let's see. These panels were 2 3/4 by 4. So if I want a layer piece, 2 3/4 by 4, 2 3/4, I'm going to end up being, I'm going to have a lot of white left on that. I want some color on this one. So I'm just taking like a half an inch, eighth an inch off. That would give me 1/16 on all sides, I think, to see. Yeah, that's what I want. There's that one. So here's what we're going to have for our front so far. I'm just looking at colors and things. I would really, really, really like to bring in, maybe, just maybe, I have, yeah. It's too big though. Let's see. I wonder if I could get a strip off of that. Don't laugh at me. Yeah, this was one of the extra pieces that I had left over when I did the card for Saturday, last Saturday. So, but now we also need just a little piece of something. Yeah, let's bring in, ooh, oh, let's see what we can come up with. 4 inches, right? Again, these are just pieces that I had here, sort of scrappy pieces. I tell you, I use my scrappy pieces until they can't be used anymore. So let's see. We have, well, I just laid it somewhere. There's the right one I cut. So this is the 4 inches, okay? And yeah, if you have a ruler, you can use a ruler. You can have it lopsided, however you want to do. So what I'm going to do is put my DSP on first. And this DSP, of course, matches what's on the front. So it coordinates and ties it all together. Oops. Hold it up. Okay. Okay. Have that. Now I need a white piece. Where is my white? Oh, you know what? I just happened to keep the insert that came out of there. Look there. Oh, let's see if a verse or something that we have will work on that. If not, we may have to work at something else. Oh, no, it's not wide enough, and I don't want it to go sideways. Okay, so, but yeah, if I have a regular white piece, which we probably need so that we can have the writing on there, you know, our to and from and all that good stuff, or, you know, our little signature. So, I'm pulling out the board. What did we say that was? 2 3/4 by 4, and I cut it down 1/8 of an inch. Or I just cut it down 1/8 of an inch. So we're going to go, I'm going to go down to 2 1/4 this time. 2 1/4, and it was 4. I brought it down. Let's see. I may need to bring it down. Oh, I need to bring it down lots more, I do believe. Oh yeah, let's take another off that. I may have made it too narrow again. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Okay. Don't you love it when I do these on the fly, trying to decide what it is that we're going to do? Tell me what you think about that. Do you think that's a good thing that I do or a bad thing that I do, trying to show you what I come up with, or how I come up with something, rather? There we go. I just trimmed it down 1/8 of an inch. You could use a lesson or two on the cutting. Oh, well now guillotine is the one with the handle that comes down. I don't do a whole lot with that one. I am happy to work one Wednesday night with the cutter, just to show the measuring and so forth. I think it's fine. So I'm going to come back, since this is on a red layer, I am going to come back and use the evergreen, evening evergreen. And yes, I rocked, but let's hope it didn't do anything bad. Oh, I think we're good. We're good, we're good, we're good. Now, before I close that up, let me show you what else I'm going to do. I am going to do one of those numbers. Now we can close the green. Let's pull this red out one more time. Do you see why I work with a scratch sheet of paper underneath me? It works wonders. Didn't get a lot on there. So yes, I'm going to do it again. There we go. Oh, gotta have one more. Watch this. Yay! Yay! Oh, Wanda, we all mess up. Let me just tell you, we do. But that's part of the learning. I tell you, I learn something new just about every time I sit down to work on something, whether it be a new technique as a whole, or just a new, somebody may have mentioned something and I'm like, I never thought of it that way. Or, oh, that's going to be pretty. Okay. So now over here, Red Robin, see, I got that tune in my head now. It's crazy. We got to go back to Christmas. I think that, I don't know for sure what I want. I want something over here, and I think, in all honesty, just to make it blend, just to keep that going, I'm going to, oh, that was bad, so we may be covering that one up. Well, actually, that's not too bad. So let's see. I should have been using a mat, but what we can do, let's keep seeing how bad this gets. No, we're going to fix it right here. Has a little bit of the red showing out there. We'll put another little bit of red. Yeah. See? And there's a wheel. There's a way. And I think really that's all I need to do. Okay, so we have our piece done that's going to go in the center. So this is the piece that we scored. Remember, I think we scored it at 2 3/4, 5, and 8 1/4 to give us those 4 folds. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 folds. Now on this one, I had cut out a single die cut. Moving blocks of ink out of the way. This one, same scoring, 2 3/4, 5 1/2, 8 1/4. I used the stitched rectangle dies. Okay, so then I am going to flip this over, and I am just going to use tearing tape. I thought, yeah, here's tearing tape. So only the 2 outside panels on the back side is what you're going to work with, okay? Drummer is saying hello, hello, hello. And in this situation, because it's going to be moved and closed and opened a lot, I think, I am going to go on all 4 sides instead of just doing 3. Instead of doing 3 pieces. So we'll get this going and get this other side going. I have visitor coming in. I hope they know that I'm on the live. Hey, it's Miss Pat Cooper. I have a quick visitor. Say hi, Pat.
Hey.
So I think she is making a quick surprise visit to drop something off. So, okay. Thank you, Miss Pat. And Drummer is saying bye. So, whew, well, see, I had a surprise visitor after all. Not a surprise samper, but a surprise visitor. So we have those on. And Drummer will go wild because she's leaving. And probably didn't pet him or something. I don't know. So now, let me get my pick tool because that's the easiest thing. So we have, after you've burnished those on really well, you gotta burnish them on. Then you're just flipping those off. And if your pick tool, the end, the picky end or the spatula end ever gets a little sticky, just use an alcohol wipe and clean it. That's all you need. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do them both. Now, some feel more comfortable doing them one at a time. So that's maker's choice, okay? Whatever you feel more comfortable with. If you want to peel off one side and do them one at a time, That is absolutely fine. So now, I had used white on this one. And I also have a red piece here. I wanted to see what that might look like. So I've not done anything with it other than score it. Oh, I just want to hold it up and show you what, so you could do that, okay? Here's our piece that we've gotten done so far, almost done. So what I'm doing is just holding this, getting it stuck down. You're just going straight edge to edge because it's the same size as your front, or as your front cover, okay? So that's done. Then I'm going to turn this around, and I did put it on the front. Yes, I did. And then I'm simply going to do okay. Let's peel these off. Pack's come and gone. That's how quick my surprise visitor was. I'm sure she'll watch the replay and see everybody's hello. Well, Martha, I'm glad you like to see my thought process, because sometimes it gets pretty messed up. I want you to know that it does. So, again, I am just folding and creasing. Good creases is your best bet on this. And then there we go. So, if let me move some of these things out of the way. I'm going to move this just because it's going to look like we had this way. It'll give me a white background, okay, for you to be able to see these on. I think we're good there. Now, I know it's hard to see, that's for sure, but I'm hoping that you would understand with the lights off just how gorgeous this ends up being. You can see me holding the light there, the tea light underneath. Okay. The decoration is all your choice. It's just going to depend on how you want to decorate it and what you want to decorate it with. The big thing is the fact that it is so easy to put together. Those two pieces of paper, and then just making it your own. Okay, making it your own. So if I do that and set that down in there so you can see, and there we go. So I know we've stayed on a little bit longer than we normally do, but I think this card is well worth it. It's well worth seeing what you can do and how it works and so forth. So I appreciate you staying with me. Don't forget, the paper sale is ending. So if you have anything, go on there to inkygatherings.stampingup.net. Get that order in. I have sent in my group order, but if we still need to do another group order, I'll be glad to send in another one. So, well, hello, Mr. David and Miss Faye. Both tablets going now, apparently. So, let me know if you have any questions. Be sure and write them on here, and I'll go back over and make sure I have called all the questions and got everyone answers that they need. Okay? So, until next time, have a great one. Thanks, Linda. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.